everybody. Weekly wrap this week comes from Henry's property down here at St Leonard's. We're on a little bit of a lean here, but we're going to go with it. The boys mucked around my stand this week and broke my stand, which they do at home. Beautiful property down here. We have been down here before and done our weekly wrap from down here, and it's very jealous. I come down here all the time and have a look what you've got, the house, the setup out the back, the beautiful old stables. It's magnificent. Like, it's what, 30 something degrees today, and you've got the breeze coming through. It's a good part of the world.
It is. It's starting to get a bit busier. You might see in the background trucks going past. We've got a couple of housing developments up the road that are driving us mad, but need to get the council to start watering the road out the front. But other than that, as you say, everything sets good. It's just a beautiful, relaxed part of the world, good for the horses. I enjoy coming down here once a week. It's good, just a quiet night, and yeah, the horses enjoy it.
Yep, got the big flag and a port out the back, and there's a spit somewhere around here as well. I could just see myself down here.
Self-sufficient here. We've got the breeding pigs in the middle down the gully, and we got the big spit there. So we put the old pig on the spit and have a bit of port here and there and a few beers, and we'll have to have a day down here at some stage, Steve.
Yeah, I think we will. I think I was just thinking about that before. An open day here, down here would be an absolutely awesome. You could also, you were just saying, you float 3 horses to the beach down here. It's not a beach you can gallop them on, but it's definitely a good recovery beach where you can swim them and walk them through the water.
Well, if we want to gallop them on the beach, we're half an hour from Barwon Head, so we can take them down there. But we're also 25 minutes from Geelong Racecourse, so we can gallop them on the course proper there, which I probably prefer to the beach anyway.
Yep.
Or we're obviously at the front beach down here. We're probably, as the crow flies, a kilometre, so we just put them on the 3-horse float, whip them down there for 2 minutes, off the float in the water for 20 minutes, back here in their paddock. So that's it. The benefit of this place is, well, good for pre-trainers obviously, but yeah, good for freshening horses up between runs. So we might give them a couple of runs, send them down here for 2 weeks, week in the paddock, week at the beach, back to Ballarat, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's good, works well.
Yeah, it's a great part of the world. We've got 2 down here. We've got the Tarzino Ready Dior, is it?
Ready Or, yeah.
Ready Or. It's down here at the moment. It's ready to run. We got over there and we went halves in it, and had a look at him then. We had a quick discussion saying, well, if Tarzino can make it as a stallion, this bloke will be one that'll help him. We don't know about Tarzino, he's unknown, but geez, he's a nice type of horse, so we look forward to seeing what he can do in the next 6 months.
Lovely cut of a horse. Footy's done well there, I'd say. I wasn't there at the sale, obviously, same as you, but rely on good judges, and he's turned up. He was a bit shinto when he got back, but that's part and parcel with those 2-year-olds, so that's out of the way. He's had a good 9-10 week spell, turned up here in good order. He's pretty straightforward horse, not too colty, bit of muscle on him, bit of meat on him. He'll go through to Ballarat. We might get him the jump outs, and then we'll work out what we're doing. But yeah, he's surprised if he couldn't run looking at him.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And then we've also got La Falaise here. She'll go around next Sunday week at Ballarat. There's a really good kind of Vobis race there for her there. So she's getting closer to the end of the start, but she's been a really great mare for us, and we just had a discussion about that before. She's a tricky mare to train, but you're getting there.
I'd repressed my memory of the Oaks, but Steve reminded me she probably should have won it, which she probably should have. But
was it just a little quick discussion I threw in? You said it would have been if she ran a place, and I said she should have won it.
That would have been okay too. But the Group 2 win at Moonee Valley was great, but I reckon there's still more to come before she potentially goes to stud this year. So I'd like to think there's 3 or 4 more wins in her in the next few months.
Yep.
And as you said, there's a really nice benchmark 78 worth 75 grand at Ballarat next Sunday, and then the final, that country series for country trained horses, which our horses are now, not having Caulfield, is worth 250 at Moonee Valley. So that'd be a big payday too, over a mile where she won the Phillies Classic.
Yeah, it's a great plan, and fingers crossed it can come together. We'll start on our horses this week. I don't know if you heard anything. We won a race up at Sydney. No, I shouldn't say it like that, but we were up at the sales, at the Classic Sales. You didn't attend the Classic Sales. You'd done enough at the Magics in New Zealand, but we were up there. Obviously, we had Profiteer go around. There's a fair bit going around about him at the moment. He did the job up there, and he looked visually really impressive. I think moving forward, he's probably going to have to do things a little bit back or the other way around. Obviously, he ran some really quick sectionals from the 1,000 to the 800. I think it was 10.71, and from the 800 to 600 it was 10.31.
And he sort of got going from the 700 when he'd already done the hard work.
Well, Huey said
it's a good win.
Huey said that he felt, he didn't have anyone, but he felt like someone clipped his heels behind him and the horse just took off. Yeah, stirred him up.
Young and experienced horse.
Yeah,
that happens.
So, he's going to go in. There's a lot of hype over him and that. Obviously, we did the stud deal with Newgate, which is incredible, and Henry was a really happy man, as we were after the race. But he goes into, he'll probably go to the Todman and then into the Slipper from there, and we'll just sit back and see how it progresses. But hopefully we can try and just, get him to settle a little bit better, because if he can run those sectionals from the 400 to the 200, he'll be really hard to beat.
Very hard for him to beat him when they're sort of running those splits, isn't it? Just needs to come back half a peg, but that's experience as well. He's a pretty good colt to deal with. He's not bad. He's just got a bit stirred up the other day, but I reckon.
We're a live chance anyway.
A live chance,
which is...
You'd be giggling.
Yeah, it'd be incredible to have our first Group 1 winner be a listed winner, but anyway, that's we've spoken enough about him, and well done to all the owners. What we did do was go to Classic Sales. We bought a really, really nice Rubik filly. I don't know if you've had much to do with the Rubiks.
Got a couple of Rubiks. I bought one at the Gold Coast. It was a really nice colt. I reckon he's still going well. Like, the market's a little bit off him. They're not making as much as they were last year, but I reckon they're still nice horses.
Well, this filly, as I said, if we had bought her at the Magics or the Classics last year, I'd say we would have paid twice as much for her. For sure. Obviously, Yes was around, and then the other filly, Rubisaki, was around. But I think he's probably going to be a 3-year-old type of stallion anyway. We've got another really nice Rubik filly at home. She's just had a few setbacks, and she's a 3-year-old now, but we think she can really gallop as well. And Jeremy just saw her, pulled her out straight away. She was really high in our pedigree rating, and we're really impressed with her. So getting quick there. We also bought another one, a deep field filly out of a mare that won 9 races, and out of just a winning family. Not a classic family, but just a winning family. Everything that raced has won, and they've gone really good. Again, she was a lovely filly, and the first time it's ever happened, we've crossed over a few times, John Foot and Jeremy, on horses, where they've been kind of on the same horses but haven't loved them. This is the first time that they were on both of them, and they said, take this horse home, which is rare. Like, it's not easy. You go through the process, and sometimes they have been on them and they've gone for way too much. Well, this filly was one deep field filly. I think it was lot 7, 8, 9. Went through. Really nice horse, big strong horse, and she looks like she'll be a 2-year-old that could probably get up and going reasonably early. She's going to Mick Price as well. So the Rubik filly is going to Matthew Smith in Sydney. It was Bob's eligible. We're trying to have a little bit of a market up there at the moment. We've sent a couple up there, so that he's going to get 2 or 3 horses up that way to see if we can kind of open up the market up there for us. So if anyone's interested, definitely jump in and get involved. We also had a horse run late last night at 9:30 over in Launceston, Ocean Essence. He came out of the barrier just on the back foot, and that was all over for him. He's not a horse that kind of chases very well. They went on at a good clip and they kept going. He was off the bridle a fair way out, and just plodded home. He's a different horse when he can race up on the speed. And
he's done a good job over there.
He's done a great job. Yeah, he won his last start before, and I mean, he was a $45,000 purchase. That
for a horse that wasn't competitive over here at the end.
Adam's done a great job here. Yeah, it's a good way to go, and also got Adelaide as well. We can use as well, because not every horse. Some people just want to see the horses go around and win.
As we know, like, it's just because you can't win races in Melbourne doesn't mean you're not going to win several races elsewhere.
No, that's right. So that was that. Runners coming up this week, very quiet. We've been pretty quiet, full stop, outside of our kind of bigger horses. We've got a lot of horses coming behind us, but runners this week, we've got Mount Madeira. It goes around in a Strathalbyn back on the home track. We spoke about what happened there last time in the Strathalbyn Cup. The young girl just got a bit lost, and we gave her a few chances, and she's a lovely girl, does all the work with the horse, but it might be time to get a senior jockey back on him, which we're going to, and I think he'll be really competitive over 2,040 metres at Strathalbyn at benchmark 62. We've got 2 trialists, Swing and Boom's back trialling. It's over in Adelaide at the moment. It's trials on Tuesday. We've also got My Gold Bracelet will trial tomorrow as well, and we've got the Rubik filly we're talking about for Tail Bliss. It'll trial tomorrow as well. So they're all 1 or 2 trials off going to the races, which is really exciting. And touching on horses we've got with you, we had a really nice trialer with you. We had a really nice trialer with you the other day, and the format of the trial's been really good. That was our
Rich Enough filly.
Rich Enough filly, which Dan Lester named. What was it called? First Division.
First Division.
First Division.
Out of Surprise Us All.
Surprise Us
Good
All.
one from Dino.
And Rich Enough. So that was a really good
Dino
call by
actually
Dean.
sent me a text the other day, and he said, "I'm not sure how good you are at coping with pressure, but I knocked back a share in Profiteer to take the share in the Rich Enough fillies."
Yes.
We'll see how we go there, but she's a nice filly. I got the same
text as well, actually.
She is a nice filly. She, as you say, trialled up at Werribee, just pulled up shin sore from it. I was really disappointed because she was ready to zip up at the races and win a maiden or a better race first up, but anyway, time heals all wounds. That'll be on top of that in probably 2 months, and she'll be a really nice filly.
We've got a couple of Palentinos we're still mucking around with, you haven't seen yet. They're starting to come along a little bit. You spoke to Josh the other day?
Everyone I speak to about the Palentinos just say they take a bit of time, and that was him too. He was a Teofilo. They're time horses. Temperament-wise, they can be a little bit hot, which is different to what he was. He was a good-natured horse, but they're all saying they're a bit hot, and that's probably a chestnut thing as well. But I haven't had them in the system yet, but we saw her at the sales, or the filly at the sales anyway. And she's a nice filly, so I'm sure she'll come good.
I saw her yesterday, or the day before, sorry. I saw her, and Josh is doing a good job with them there, and he's keeping you updated on what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good little system, actually. Josh just, if they're ready, they come in. If they're not, I don't need to see them. So it's good.
That's fine. Outside of that, we've what else have we got going on? Bought the horse at the sales. Rob's heading over to Tassie. I'm not sure if you're going over there or not. Rob's going to go over. We might do a little bit over there. We always buy 1 or 2 at Tassie. You can pick up a bargain.
Yeah. Well, that Heavenly Bridges, with one of the Valley of the Night, we bought her for 11,000 or 12,000 over there. She won 7 races.
Yep.
The full or the half sister, still a star, went through that sale.
Yeah. Okay.
She's won a few group races now. And it's a good little sale. There's probably 150 horses in the catalogue each year. There's 30 come out of it. The horse that won the Gold Sovereign over there last night, that good 2-year-old.
Yep. Turk Warrior.
Turk Warrior, buying it, by Outreach. He trained the Quinella. He had the Quinella over there. They're horses that go through the sale over there. They can get a good type. They're not the greatest pedigrees, but you can get winners over there.
100%. We spoke about Palentino. I think it was the top lot over there. We paid 85 for it or something like that over there at the time. And obviously you've got Mystic Journey, and there's plenty of other nice horses come from there. So come over and be competitive. So we'll be over there. What we end up with, we're not sure. What we're looking for, we're not sure. We'll get over there and have a look and see horse by horse. Outside of that, my tip. So obviously we're going to have a guest tipster every week now. They're going to come on, do a video. This is Brenda coming up now. And we'll have $100 on whatever their tip is, and we're still working on a charity to give the profits to.
Wire Foundation. That'd be handy.
As I said, I've just looked at this place. I'm not sure if you need any more. We've got that, so we'll work on it. What charity it'll go to, but it'll be a $100 bet from a guest tipster each week. We'll do it for the next 10 weeks. See how much money we can get for charity. So this is Brenda's tip this week.
Hi guys, I'm Brenda, and welcome to the inaugural episode of What Is My Tip. I'm going to try and tip you a winner at Flemington, and I've actually chosen the race. This is probably the hardest race on the card to tip a winner, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. It's the Black Caviar Stakes. It's a 1,000-metre dash for cash, weight for age, test of speed race. The horses in it are absolutely fabulous, very high calibre. 5 out of the 8 in it have already won a Group 1, so that gives you an idea of how good this race is going to be. Put a pin in a piece of paper to actually pick the winner, because any of them can win. Bivouac's a fabulous horse. I can see why it is favourite. I don't follow favourites generally, unless of course it's one that I've got a bit of a share in, but Pippi's really electric out the gate. Fabergino, there's a grey. If anyone knows me, I always follow the grey, but this time I'm actually going to go with Nature Strip, and I'm going with Nature Strip, although Bivouac clearly beat Nature Strip at their last meeting. Nature Strip's trialled really well recently, and I think the addition of Jamie Carr on Nature Strip's back will make a huge difference. So I'm going that team, Jamie Carr and Nature Strip, and I'm hoping I've tipped you a winner. Happy punting, and go Nature Strip. Bye.
And then obviously Lee did okay last week. He's starting to feel the pressure. He said to me on the way down, he said, I don't know about these tips. I think we better let Rob do them. There's too much pressure for me, and I've got too much go. He had a bit of a sook up about it, but then he takes the credit when everything goes his way. So he's a bit of a,
that's all right.
Yeah, he's a bit of a downhill skier in that respect. So he did well last week. My tip was scratched at the barrier. This week I'm going with Price Ken horse that's going over to Adelaide, race 5, number 1. And as I do every week, I'll put it up on screen because I forgot the name of it again. Won its last start, led all the way, and I think it'll be in front at the Parks track over there, which is River Twain. River Twain. It's at the Parks track over there. So
it's a beautiful spot to be there in front.
Yeah, it is. You are going to give me a tip?
Yeah. What do we got? Nothing in town on Saturday. We got Mr. Mogul Friday night. He probably can't win.
Lay Mr. Mogul.
I'm not allowed to.
No, you're not allowed to say that.
Sunday Colac, we got a couple of runners there, but I reckon old Under Oath in the Colac Cup, he's going really well, that horse. He probably should have won the Great Western Cup last time. He's been unlucky in a couple of other country cups recently, but he's drawn a gate. We just put the visors on him. We've taken the winkers off and put the visors on. He's just been missing the start a bit, but jumped him out on the poly track the other morning. If you've got a spare 3 minutes, have a look at his jump out the other morning.
I'll put it up.
He all bar broke the track record for 1,000 metres on the poly track on the inner jump out.
Yeah, right.
He's a 2,000 metre horse, so he's going great. Just needs a bit of luck. Just needs to not miss it. If he jumps, he's a really good chance.
Right, no worries. That's Under Oath. I'll put that up as well. Thanks everyone. Thanks everyone for the great messages and everything we got off for the winner Profiteer. We've had a lot of support from owners, not only the people that are in the horse, but we've had a lot of great feedback from a lot of other people along the way. And we know that not everyone can get these good horses, but we work hard every time, and we hope it works out for most owners that go in horses. But the gratitude we've got off everyone's been really humbling. So thank you very much. That's about all we've got for this week. Good punting. So Henry's given us a tip. I've given you a tip. Lee, Brenda. If you can't get a winner out of that, you're in trouble. Thanks.